Good afternoon. My name is Jason Meza. I'm talking about your aspects of leadership. One of those happens to be personality. We think of a leader, we think of certain types of leaders. They have a certain personality to them. So I'm going to present some pictures. Feel free to talk about what you think about each picture, what you're feeling about each picture they come up. What's the first thing, when you see these people, what do you think the first thing about them is? What are they doing?
They're concentrating.
Concentrating? Yeah.
They're deep in discussion.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty much the same thing going on here, pretty much, right? We're talking, collaborating, and here as well. So what do you think they possess? They all have one common theme. What are they doing? What do they possess? What kind of personality do they possess?
Now, let's assume we don't know the five. So when people might say communication.
Well, it all ties into openness. In other words, they're open to ideas, they're collaborating, they're obviously, the expression is the main thing we're getting out of openness. So openness is the tendency to be creative. In other words, new ideas, open, right? Informed, yeah, pretty much. Insightful, going along with creative, and curious. Always wanting to know more, always wanting to know.
Go back one. So just let's see how much yours had just the thing and some words. How much the pictures add to it when you're getting it that next level. Okay?
So openness is kind of a word we don't use a whole lot in today. So openness is one of the big 5 personality models. It's all tied in. So it's just one part of personality. Second part, you know, I saw this earlier, and I think a lot of things about Woody Allen, but what do you guys think about Woody Allen?
I think he's witty. I think he's smart.
Okay, witty, yeah, definitely. Y'all know Woody Allen movies? You grow up watching them. What do you think?
He thinks the world is out to get him.
Okay.
Like young girls.
Oh, that's a different topic.
That's my first thought.
Okay. What about Richard Lewis? Richard Lewis. Have you guys known comedian Richard Lewis? It's been a while. Very sarcastic. Yeah, I think zany for some reason. He's a real zany guy. And just as ambient person, I mean, when you see that, you automatically think something like it's wrong, angry, crazy. That's the neuroticism part of the personality.
Go back one. So let us process that, right? Okay. Okay, so neurotic, yeah, okay.
So you can say safely Woody Allen equals neuroticism. That is actually a tendency to be a little anxious, sometimes a little edgy, hostile, Chuck Schumer here, a little insecure maybe, and just a tad vulnerable. All that goes into the second part. Neuroticism is part of the big 5. These people live pretty happy. What do you think?
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
What do you think about them? What do they possess?
They're positive.
Okay.
Cohesive.
Yeah, together, sure.
Yeah.
What about them?
Loving.
Very cool. Yes. Kind of small. Same thing with number 1 there. They're all together. They're good. Yeah, got it. Extroversion is the whole thing. It's kind of a big word. We don't use extroverts a lot. But they're people that tend to be sociable. In other words, they like to be outgoing, talking a lot. They're positive, like you mentioned, with real positive energy. They give off that happy vibe. They're assertive. They're always asserting, you know, they're sure of themselves. In other words. That is number 3 of the big 5. Oh, that's easy. These people are doing something. They're shaking hands, but what are they also doing? There's something behind that.
They're touching?
What do you do when you shake hands?
Deal, greeting.
Yeah, when you shake hands, you usually greet somebody. Yeah. You also do something else, though. Like the city council, they all do something together. You shake hands, you do something in the city council. I'm still trying to get one more word out of you guys. Grandfather reading to his child here. All 3 of these tie together for some reason. There's
Connection or shared information.
sharing, perfect. They agree. Agreeableness is number 4. That's number 4.
Sorry, go back one more. So you're going to just have to let us make those connections.
Okay.
So
Fast reader too, and fast talker.
So then we'd all go, well, okay, I guess I can see that.
Yeah, so they're agreeing here.
Okay.
They agree there. And grandfather's like, oh, okay, you're right. Agree. So that's conforming. There's also a little bit of trust in there with grandpa and the kid as well. They're accepting, city council. And nurturing, again, with the grandfather reading his child. Number 4, the big 5. We got one more. This is just not me, by the way. This is just very, you don't see that in Jason's house.
Yeah.
Organized, okay. This guy, he's obviously an expert in this field, but what do you think of when you see these folks? These are crazy guys, by the way. Ghostbusters. When you see Ghostbusters, what do you think? Besides crazy?
Smart, really smart.
They're experts, right? Okay. They're conscientious, okay, they're very, very conscientious of their field, their surroundings. They're organized, which I'm not. A lot of people would say they're not either. So leaders are more organized, leaders are decisive, they know when to pass the ball, what they gotta do, decisions. They're controlled, they obviously control their environment, they maintain the control. They're very dependable, very dependable. You go to your leader, obviously he's gonna be there for you. So all those tied together, big five. Leaders, personality, that's the main thing we think. Now which one do you guys think is the most important of all these?
And everybody's going to say to you when you ask that question, conscientious. They're always
Okay.
going to get it wrong.
Okay.
So I'll say conscientiousness.
Dr. Green thinks conscientious. Liz?
I would think they're all tied together, that have the whole.
Okay. There's not one you would pick out single-handed? Okay.
I value openness the most.
Openness. That's what I thought.
Yeah, openness.
Openness. Erica?
Be twisted between openness and conscientious.
Okay. That's what I would say again too.
You all blew it, right?
That's okay though. You're all right. Extroversion though,
Yeah.
according to one book, by the way, one source thinks extroversion, but it
No,
is well accepted.
But that source is what we call a meta-analysis, which is a study of all the studies.
Right.
Extroversion is number one.
Yeah, that's most strongly associated, in other words, with leadership, personality styles. And again, I'll bring in some extroversion type people, and the first thing you think about, well, they're sociable, sure. Rush, a very extrovert person, and these folks, just more social. That's what those guys think. So.
Go back one. Neuroticist, not being neurotic is number two. Right? So the opposite of being neurotic is being stable, being emotionally. Stress going on, there's a crisis, I can handle it, no problem. And then number three is openness, if you ever sit down. And surprisingly, conscientious and agreeableness are in fourth and fifth place.
Very surprising. That's
All
it.
right, give him a round of applause. Thank you. Now, go back a couple, slow down just a tad the next time. You did it very nicely, go back a couple more, but you left us, your audience was expecting pictures for control
I
and
know,
dependence.
yeah.
So for each of those, for the next time, give us pictures for all of your works.
Okay. A
But
good fit.
other than that, you had a nice
Yeah.
way of doing it. You enjoyed it. You seem like you were having fun, which is
Yeah.
a very important thing.
I really like how you did the organizing the picture right next to it. When you do the three pictures, like when you leave it blank, for me it was kind of hard for me to see it. I would like for them to be a tad bigger.
Oh, yeah, the size of the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Go
right,
ahead and
yeah.
use up the whole screen for those.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, okay, great.
All right, another round of applause. Thank you. Okay, now, this was Team C, so then you can leave. Next time, not sure where we're going to give our speeches, but they'll come out of the basement of Moy, and I'll be up down there. And it's about a 5 to 10 minute speech you would give at some kind of graduation or to motivate the workers, that kind of stuff.
And we can pick our audience and.
Yes,
the
indeed,
topic,
that's
that
fine.
type of thing.
It'll be the same thing all over again. We'll videotape you with the speech. If we have time, we'll say, well, come on, punch this. Come on, really hit it. Crescendo, yes. And then we'll do the speech again later in the semester, which will make a big difference. Okie dokie. You'll have to wait a minute for us to
Sure.
burn yours.